Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be doing a review and show you how to install the FLEXIMOUNT overhead garage rack. Now I did all of this all by myself, so it can be done by one person, but of course if you have a second hand that will be much easier. So this is the biggest model and that is the finished product behind me there. This is the 4x8 and I actually purchased two of this because when you buy two you get a very good discount of like $50 or $60. So I will leave a link to it in the description box below so you can get more information there. It is the best deal that I was able to find online. So this thing is very sturdy and I bought it because my garage was getting very crowded with so many stuff on the floor and I did not have much space for what I wanted to do. So I bought this and as you can see I have many stuff up there already, and this thing is supposed to hold up to 600 pounds, so that is a lot of weight. So in the process I did record most of the ports and how to install things for you guys. So now let's go ahead and go back and show you how I did everything all by myself here. Alrighty guys, and now to the first port of the installation, and personally this port took me the longest and was the hardest for me. So this first port is to put the 6 main pieces up here up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the other side. So in order to put these pieces up, you will have to find the stud in the ceiling. If you have a wood stud like me, or if you have concrete, you still have to find where to actually put those 6 main pieces up there. So I have a stud finder here. However, this took a lot longer than I thought, so I found an easier way to find the stud, which is by going up to my attic. So let me go ahead and head up there now and show you. Alrighty guys, so here I am up in my attic. So what I did was I went up here and I figured out where the stud was exactly, and all I did was took a little screwdriver like this, or you can even use a screw or a nail. What I did was I poked one hole on the left side of the stud and another hole on this side of the stud. I poke it down. That way when I go down there I know exactly where the stud is and I can just drill in between the two holes that I just poked, and then I got the center of the stud. And I did that the same for this stud, this one, and then throughout the entire thing. So that was the fastest way for me to figure out where the stud was and where to drill my holes, and then it was a lot easier than using the stud finder. So you can do this, and then after this we hang up all 6 pieces. So a very important point when you're putting these pieces up, you have to keep in mind the number 48, which is 4 foot. So from this point where this piece starts to this second piece have to be 48 inches apart. So from here to here, 48 inches, and then from here to here, also 48 inches, and then from this piece to the piece on this side is also 48 inches apart. So 48 inches apart from here to here, 48 inches from here to here, and from here to here is another 48 inches. So make sure to keep that number in mind because the entire thing is 48 pieces apart entirely. So once you have this 6 pieces onto the stud, you will have to screw 2 screws to hold it in place. Of course, one screw on this side for one stud and another screw over here to the second stud to hold the entire piece in place, because the next step is to put this on there, the hanging pieces, this piece, and that piece. So there's going to be 6 pieces of those also hanging up on here. So when putting these 6 hanging pieces on there, another important point you need to remember is from this hanging piece to this one is 48 inches, and from this one to this one is also 48 inches, and from this to this, of course, 48 inches. So again, the number 48 is the magic number. Everything is literally 48 inches apart, and how you hang them up, you can be off maybe by an inch or half an inch. Is okay because you can actually move this back and forth a little bit. So let me go up there and show you what I'm talking about. So if you look at the eye right here, So let's say if you're about an inch off, you can actually, you know, move it to the left or right a little bit there. So you don't have to be too exact on this, but try your best to be exact. And when you put this piece right here on, make sure this piece is on the inside, because if you leave it on the outside, it will bend. So make sure this piece goes on the inside, and even more importantly, make sure this piece go in between the two studs. So remember earlier you put a screw on this side, so this is where one of the stud is, and then the second screw on this side, this is where the second stud is. So this middle piece must be in between the two studs, so it can support all the weight that you put on there. Make sure to remember that. That is a very important point. And this long piece right here, you can adjust it, of course, from 22 inches to 40 inches. I actually left it at 39 inches, so I have an extra eye right there if you want to do to 40 inches. So all it was you connect two short pieces together to make a long hanging piece there. So again, you can have it up to 40 inches down from the ceiling. This is 39 inches, what you see there, which gives me plenty of space overhead for me to put pretty much anything I want to put up there. So now to the next stage. This next stage is going to be putting this pieces on. So down here again, this is a 4x8. So what it really is, it's just 4 pieces of 2x4. So 2x4. So that's 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 pieces, and 4 pieces. So initially I was trying to hang up 1 piece at a time, since I was trying to do this as a one-man job. So let me show you a quick view of that. Alright, so that technique did not work because obviously I could not attach the remainder pieces together by putting one up at a time. So anyway, I had to stick to the manual and do it the manual in the correct way, which is connect all 4 pieces together first and then raise them up. So this is how I did it. I actually stacked an entire box over here and an entire box over here. After that, then I simply hook it up onto the left side here, because if you look closely on this side, all it is pretty much it hooks. Okay, let me show you a better view. So all it is the plate hook onto this side and hook onto this side. So the 4 corner is very easily to snap on, and then you don't have to hold it anymore. So the 4 corner was extremely easy to put on. The hardest part was the middle part here. So after I put those 4 corner in, I kind of push this middle part up and then screw 1 screw here to hold it temporarily, while I have 2 stacks down here to hold this in place just in case if it falls down. So I did the same thing on that side. Once you have 1 screw on here and over there in, everything else is easy, and then you can tighten everything, and believe it or not, after that it's done. You just have to make sure you check every single screws, make sure everything is tight in place and good before you place anything on there. And then once that's done, guys, the shelf, the rack is pretty much done. After that, you can throw anything you want up there so you guys see it. Overall, I really love this thing. Now, in the process of putting it up, it felt a little flimsy, but then once everything is finished, this thing is very sturdy and strong, and I actually sat up there myself just to test it out a little bit. Not that I'm crazy, but I weigh way less than 600 pounds. So overall, I love this thing. Now it's time for me to go and put a second one on this side. So again, guys, I will leave a link to this in the description box below. It is the best deal available, so feel free to check that out for more information, and leave me a comment if you have any question at all whatsoever. Thanks guys for watching. See you in the next one.